That strategy you want to use during your actualization, start testing it now. So that people will not see it as a strategy. It's already become a way of life.
Good day, beautiful people. Welcome to Intimate series, where we get a deep dive into the stories of people that have done something remarkable, worthy of emulation, and overcomers. So on today's episode, we have the 37th Student Union President of the University of Ilorin, better by far, Victeg. Victeg, welcome to Intimate. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice being here. Nice being on this show.
Thank you for honoring our call. So because what we do at Intimate basically is we get to hear stories of how they were able to do the things that people were able to achieve. So Victeg happened to be my secondary school mate.
Yeah, you're junior. You're junior.
Okay, happens to be my secondary school mate. Let's put it like that. And Victeg that I know, okay, it's Victor and Tega, right?
Yeah.
That's how the name came. So he happens to be someone that is very simple, very, very simple, very modest, very simple. So, coming to university, having to meet him before, I don't know, maybe before he even had the ambition of becoming the Student Union president, I met him again. So we get to reconnect. And he was still that very simple. He's still very simple, by the way. But then I just saw the name Victeg here, Victeg there, and everybody clamoring for Victeg, going to become the 37th Student Union president for the University of Ilorin. I want to ask, like, when did you look at yourself and say, okay, I think I can actually do this and, achieve this level of being the president?
Well, this aspiration is a stage thing.
Okay.
And firstly, there won't be me without God, without particularly God, most importantly God. My mentors, people that work with me, those are the people that are the Victeg.
Victeg, okay.
Yeah, those are those that made the name. And actually, the ambition started off before even before gaining admission to University of Ilorin.
Wow.
That's when I had the ambition that okay, coming to University of Ilorin, you're going to a space that coming to Ilorin was because of the University of Ilorin, because I gained admission. So it was my first come. The year I gained admission, we didn't write post UTM. So I did not get to come to
the school
at all. So
wow.
It was after admission I came into the land and said, on this land, definitely I must make impact. And like you said, I was your junior in school, and Lagos boy is very popular.
Yes.
So
yes.
I drew major part of my inspiration from that scenario. That no matter what, within that year, you come to university, you come to the school, you don't struggle to find him. You don't struggle to know who he is. Probably you don't know his face, but you know there is a name called Lagos boy. So that's what I was doing. The only thing I can do there are several other things I could do. That when students come, you don't need to ask. Like it's because it looks somehow that when you are asked, do you know this person? And you don't know it. You look like an outsider or like an outcast in that community if you don't know the name. So that's where the inspiration came about. That okay. Outside of just knowing the name, will you just let your name? You can be known for two things, for good or for bad.
Yes.
So if you want to be known for good, let it be said that okay, whilst I know him, he made impact in my life. No. That was where the ambition to contest for the president of the students came.
I think I like that story. I think I like it. Okay, so while you were running for the position, yeah, your faculty happens to be one of the, in terms of numbers, actually, the fewest in terms of numbers. So looking at the disadvantage of it, because of course you need to, if imagine someone coming from the likes of agri education,
actually,
they have numbers, so there are chances and all of that. So what gave you that confidence that even with these smaller numbers, I think I can still do something? I think I can actually get this.
ambition is not is having an ambition is not the end of it. Having aspiration is
It's
not
not
the
the
end
end
of
of
it.
it.
Everybody
Oh.
aspires to be the president of this country.
Mm.
All of them will buy for. Every of them will
Mm.
join political party. How many of them emerge? Only one.
Only one.
So
Definitely.
what is not as though the others do not work, but we have there's a principle of step. It's a process.
Process.
So and is like I said, it's an ambition I had before coming to school. So the work started the moment I arrived school.
Wow.
The first day on campus, because I know it's a long journey that you need a lot of votes. You need to canvass, looking at how large the university is.
Yeah.
So the campaign started from the first day I stepped on campus. I remember I met you while I was in 100 level and we talked about politics.
Yes.
And I told you I have the ambition of becoming president of student union. Why in 100 level? So I had the ambition. I did not just stop at, I want to be president of the student union. There were works, there were processes. And people say I'm from management science, where I belong to another faculty that is bigger than any other faculty. Although they say the faculty of education is the faculty of, but Lagos Male Hostel is not a faculty, but to me, it's a faculty of all faculties. So there's no faculty that can be as large as that can have number of students with influence from so you have a representation of almost every department in Lagos Hostel. So what other advantage am I looking for? Make use of the places I'm staying, and it's a thing of you don't pick your roommates. So I get to stay with different people in 100 level, different people in 200 level, different people in 300 level. So I had 3 generations of connection that I could leverage on. A majority of them after 100 level, some move off campus, some moved to private hostel. So it's an opportunity for me that I've made impact here, I've sowed a seed here, just take the gospel and move. So that's how it has been. And also the process of contesting, getting experience is not enough for you to have an aspiration that you want to serve your people, you want to make impact. You can have the hunger. There's difference between hunger and experience. An hungry man eats anything to satisfy. An hungry man does not know if this food is sweet or this food is not sweet until he is filled. That is when it's not like his tongue is still there. Yeah. But he's hungry. He wants to satisfy something. Yes. So his ambition is different. So there's a place of I am hungry. There's a place of I'm not hungry. I need to eat is different from I am hungry. I need to eat is the consciousness that if you don't eat now, you might get to a state of hunger. Yes. Why hunger is you are already in the state that you extremely need food. Yes. At that point, anything that comes, you take it. Yeah. So there's the ambition part. There is the understanding of what you need if you actualize this ambition, which is experience. So I have to contest for the contest at when I was in 100 level. I contested for the assistant general secretary of my department, contesting for the financial secretary of the student union before becoming the president, gathering experience, as much experience as needed for the position. Wow.
So there's this interesting story that came. I don't know, maybe rumor, but I heard it came to my ear that time that at some point during the election that the vice chancellor had a favorite.
I don't think so. Oh, I don't. I beg to. Well, I don't know. Okay. I'm not the vice chancellor, so I don't know. But having the vice chancellor, this university management does not pick sides when it comes to student politics. So everybody, you contest whoever they work with whoever emerges. Okay. So having favorites, and even if there's favorites, will it be Victeg? Well, if you are favorites of the people, that's all you need. There's no favor. I don't think the vice chancellor do not. He does not even know. Most likely, he might not even be available. He might not be on ground when the election held. But definitely, the elections will be supervised by the student affairs, but the vice chancellor.
And I think they even barely have impact or say on who.
The election is done by the students. They are electing students union president. So it's not as though staff votes or the vice chancellor have a vote. And it's not as though there's a block of vote that the vice chancellor say, I use this set of students, vote for this person. No. So it's primarily the students decide whoever emerges.
Apparently the rumor is
a rumor, like you said. A rumor.
Okay, so I want to ask, like during the journey of all of this, were they You said something about experience. That's
Yeah.
wanting having something to do when you actually get your ambition
Yes.
and all of that. Were they outside now? There's the place of ambition.
Definitely.
What were the pivotal? Okay, you said you did the likes of
Mm.
running for defense. What were the? Can you give more insight on the pivotal strategic moves you took before actually to be able to gain or gather a lot of people and all of that
One
outside what you've mentioned?
one of the movies to be availability,
Mm.
and doing your bit, doing the little thing you can do within that small space that you are in. While I was in 100 level, just in my compound, I understand that we have to read, but there are days that I tour around rooms. I will just knock. I
Mm.
just enter, greet everybody in the room and go. Greet everybody in the room and go. So when it was time for me to start knocking the door when I was to contest for financial secretary, it was not like, this guy is a politician. He's
It's
somebody
just
that has always
coming.
been coming to come and knock the door.
Mm.
So that's one of the strategy. The strategy you intend to use, the first strategy is that strategy you want to use during your actualization.
Vision.
Start testing it now
Now.
so that people will not see it as a strategy. It's already become a way of life.
The way of life.
There are times I usually go to item 7 also, just sit down in the evening, just mingle with students and talk. Even I used it when it was time for election. I was still doing it because it was a normal thing for me.
Yeah.
Even after becoming president, I still go there to item 7 in the evening. Some evening, if I have time to go there, interact with students, people I don't know. Their ability to communicate, ability to interact, and also ability to put yourself out there. And the only way you can put yourself out there is to do what people want, not what people want, to serve, do something to make impact. That's one important thing. Do something to make impact. I remember my friend, one of my very good friends in engineering. While we're 100 level, our tank was really dirty. The hostel tank was dirty, and the OREP then was like, we need to clean the tank and all and all and all. We volunteered, we came out, we cleaned. We're not many that we did that thing, but that was a very significant thing that people saw. And you might think people are not looking, but people are actually looking at everything you are doing. So as much as there's a principle, they say ojuaye. As much as you want to do ojuaye, do something that is impactful that people will see. Even if they say it's ojuaye you are doing, do it. That's why it is called ojuaye. Let Aye see
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. So, were there people that actually kind of like played roles?
Yes. Yes. Didn't Lawrence played role. Didn't Lawrence played role. There were people that played role. Like I said, I had a lot of persons from contesting for FinSec. I have a lot of friends, my department, my classmates, particularly my class rep, always there to support my classmates, supporting, always saying, whenever you go back, I want to go for this. Oh, we are behind you. Go. I have people, my leaders. Yeah, I have leaders also. Because definitely there must be people that have walked through this path you want to walk by, and they have to show you. So I have persons that maybe I might not really want to. If I mention one person's name, I have to mention everybody's name. So let me not just mention name. I love you guys. Thank you very much.
Quite understandable. Now that you got to the position of being the president, what were the emotions that ran through you, or were you just so confident that I'm going to win this?
Confident. Well, I wasn't so confident. I was confident that this election is hers.
Okay.
Because I understand what I've put into it, the sacrifices that I've gone into, the process all the way from 100 level, sacrificing and ensuring that you do tutorial for students, giving time to students, and all and all and all. But then, as regards assurance that this election is ours, well, I prayed, and God said, "Yes, you were mad, but there was still a part that we still constantly pray and the faith in it. We're praying. There was an assurance of faith, but then the aspect of whether you are so confident that you imagine, no, it wasn't there. Considering the fact that we knew how the election went, we had. I was not going unopposed. I was going with. We're 3 in the race, so where will the confidence come from?
Actually, so when you got there, what were the emotions that run through you? Like,
Emotions.
what was the feeling like?
Well, the feelings changed.
Mm.
You know, towards the election, you are like, I want to get this thing. I want to get this thing. Now, you have gotten it,
Mm.
and you're like, what do I want to do? Where do I start from?
Mm.
You know, there's a different thing between. I've served before becoming president.
Yeah.
I was a passenger in the vehicle that the then president was driving.
Mm.
But now, a
Mm.
driver. You know, it's a different view. When you are driving a
Yes.
car, when you are looking at the side mirror from the angle of the driver, you are seeing a different thing. When the
Yes.
person sitting beside the driver is looking at the side mirror, he's seeing an
Different.
entirely
Yes.
different thing. So that is how it is. There
Mm.
was a place of, this, it looks new. So there's a place whereby the experience you've gathered can work, but there's a place of experience cannot work here. You
Yeah.
must, the past experience cannot work.
Well,
You
yeah.
must see it, you must practicalize it. So those are as they happen, giving solutions to issues as they happen. So as regards my feelings were, there was there were feelings of I must not fail. There was that feeling that what can I do? What aside the promises I've made to Julian, how can we do this? How can we solve majority of these issues?
Mhm.
How best can we make impact? We know we can't do everything
Definitely.
in 9 months. We can't do everything. But what are the things we want to actually do? And it's not about there's this saying, like I said now, we can't do everything, but we can make everything be done.
Mm.
You don't have to do it in your own time.
Time.
But you can set the principle that University of Ilorin did not just get to where it is today.
Yeah.
We are celebrating 50 years anniversary this year. So it is a template. You only need to leave a blueprint that others will. You know, they say even if an imbecile becomes the president. Not let me not use an imbecile. Sorry. Let's use if a fool becomes the president of America, America will still operate.
Definitely.
Why will it operate? They are already laid down principle of how it will work. So that is the best way you can make impact to your generation. You can't achieve everything, but leave a blueprint that they can come and work by. What they are just coming to come and do is implementation. Implementation, because you have done the study and you are working by it.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And since you've gotten there, have there been moments where you feel like, I think this is too much? This is too much. Probably I can't handle it.
Well, there are definitely a lot of times I feel like this is too much, overwhelming. But there are no times that I say maybe I can't do this. Well, I think there are a few times. There are a few times, but then because like I said, having mentors, people to run back to and say, this is what is going on. So don't face your problem yourself. When you choose to face your problem yourself, you will die in that problem by yourself. So whenever the problem comes, I'm not only sharing it alone. I call my friends, call a couple of friends, my PA and the SA, call them together. This is the issue. Call my executive, most importantly. Call them. This is the issue. What do we do? Man is not an island of knowledge. So give me knowledge. What can we do to come out of this issue? And definitely we have the student affairs is there, the dean of student affairs is something. They have always been supportive and don't hide anything. If it's a problem, but there will definitely be an issue. There will definitely be a state of confusion, definitely. But what you do afterwards is what matters.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you very much for coming to us on this. So we have about few questions here. So you are going to pick like just three, and then I will ask you.
Okay.
And then you give us answers.
All right.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's see.
So
this
one,
two.
Yeah.
Oh God. I feel I'm able to answer you.
Okay. So the first one is, how do you handle stress or pressure, and what coping mechanism do you use?
How do I handle stress? I don't really watch movie.
Okay.
So how I handle stress and pressure is by I try to communicate. When
Mm,
I'm stressed, because I have people around me, my PAs there, the SS there, the executives and all, it's easy to you see I just need to rest. How I handle stress is by resting. Rest for a couple of minutes. I didn't say hours, minutes. Just sleep. Maybe
mm.
10 minutes. Try to get
10
there should
minutes
be that
or
time that you are you seclude yourself.
mm,
Leave everything. Just run away.
mm,
You're not leaving work. You're not running away from duty. Just run away from everything. You're not running away from the responsibility, but you're taking a break off all of the responsibility. Take a break and stay with
mm,
yourself. Reflect on what you have achieved. Thought of everything you have done before. Okay, what else can you do? Okay, you are not getting it right in this sense. What else can I do? What other strategy? Like
strategy.
it's not as though you are not doing anything. You are doing something, but it seems like the strategy is not bringing
Oh,
forth fruits. So we strategize.
you
Those
strategize.
yes. Take there are days I'll just say, well, for this today you not see me. Well, starting the administration, I was not taking. I wanted to do everything, okay, do achieve everything, but it was stress were coming in.
Mm,
Was becoming so stressful that the fruits and my production rate was becoming lower. So I can't even really think far.
mm,
Best thing I could do, okay, the new mechanism is when there are days I will sleep on campus. There are days
mm,
I'll just deliberately come off campus or go and meet some friends. Maybe a friend
mm.
I've not seen in a long while. I just go to their place and where I know that whatever thing we are talking about here will not definitely be work. But there's no way work will not come into it.
Coming to
So definitely work will come into it. From there we get solutions to even that problem that is
problem.
giving me headache. So there are times we just use that mechanism, seclude yourself,
Seclude
talk to
yourself
friends, make new friends.
and then
Actually.
sleep for like 10
Don't
minutes.
sleep well, eat,
Sleep.
but don't in all you do, eat.
Mm, eat.
In all you do,
Eat. You know you do
please eat.
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 Makes sense.
Please eat. Very important.
Okay, so I think this is quite similar. So how do you prioritize your tasks and manage your time?
How do I prioritize my tasks? The question I've answered itself. How
Yeah.
do I prioritize my tasks? I
Mm,
prioritize my tasks by
but-
prioritizing how important that they are.
mm,
Definitely.
mm,
You prioritize the tasks on the basis of how important they are. The times that there will be lectures, the times there will be meeting.
mm,
It depends on the meeting. There's some kind of meeting you can tell the person that you can reschedule and attend class.
mm,
Some classes you cannot reschedule. You can not like you cannot reschedule any class because you are not the only one coming to be taught.
yeah.
But you can reschedule some meetings. And that's why I say you should make good friends. There you
Mm,
can't as president, you can't attend all the class. It's possible for you to attend class, but there are some of them that you might miss. So for those that you will miss, you have friends that are updating you. They have friends that there are times I'm on my class group and I see notification of meetings, but of notification of classes and all. But there are some of and tests. But there's some of them that maybe while you are so lost in the work, you might forget. My classmate will call me.
mm.
Like,
Having
Percy,
people to get
there's
important.
tests. Where are you?
Mm,
You rush down there. You want to just please just brief you. This is what this course is about.
makes sense.
This is so just you pick it
Mm,
up from there. They just give you a little bit of idea. This is what I this is this about this course. This is this about this topic, and you're good.
yeah.
That's how I handle. You prioritize, just prioritize scale of preference. Make
Skill
your
of
scale of
preference.
preference
Mm,
and plan
makes sense.
ahead. So what I usually do before is whenever anybody tell me that they want to see me, I just tell you you can put a call through. So it becomes like it becomes you are too open. You have to be very available, but don't be too available.
Available.
When you
Mm,
are too available, you are gone.
can be very
Because
available, but
people,
don't be
you
too.
can be very available,
Mm.
but don't be too available because when you are too available, you are available to anybody, even those that don't want to come and waste your time.
Time.
You get available to time. But when you are very available,
Mm.
you are available to those that are coming with something that they have issues they need that needs your attention.
Attention.
And there are some conversation wọ́n ní ayé wà ayé lè wà kọ́rọ̀ máa wà ìgbà míì ọ̀rọ̀ máa wà káyè máa wà. You will look for those ọ̀rọ̀ that ayé
You-
ìsín lè gbà.
Mm.
So those are the only ones you should attend to.
Makes sense. Okay, so the final question is: what are your top goals for your term as the president? And how do you plan to achieve them?
My top goals. Smart.
Smart. That's it.
Smart.
That's it.
Let's go smart. Actually, let's go smart. The top goals are we are already seeing the actualization. We have a vice chancellor that is very focused and is so focused on achieving the smart vision for the university. So what else would students union or the student leaders be doing and not aligned with the visionary leader?
Mm.
The vice chancellor is very visionary,
Mm.
wants to achieve his goals, wants to achieve the goal for the university, not a personal goal. Now, it's something that is selfless about. Let us achieve this thing. And on the long run, it's something that when he achieves, he has gotten his degree. Now we define degree.
Definitely.
We are the one that will be boasting on what he has
done.
So the best thing we could do then is to ensure that we align with that goal. That is what is my own major focus. If there's a vice chancellor that says he wants to make the university number one, the best in Nigeria, one of the 10th best in Africa, one of the 100, 500 best in the world, there needs to be a student union or the student body that can align and match to that standard. Because by the time Nigeria becomes the best, by the time Nigeria becomes the 10th, maybe 10th best in Africa, what when Unilearn becomes the 10th best in Africa, what will be? You have to be a student union to complement.
Yes, give that work rate. Yeah,
definitely, the student union must also be running on that piece.
Makes sense.
That's what is. So my top goal is to make the student union University of Ilorin. We are already the best in Nigeria.
Better by far. I agree.
We are already the best. Because what people will say, student unionism is not about protests. It's about we have to collaborate. It's a collaborative effort. We have to come to the realization that there's the way the economy of the country is, we are in mess already. The only way you can actualize what you want for the student's body or for the student is to collaborate. There's a responsibility of the management. There's the responsibility of the students. We have to complement the both of them. There's a place of negotiation. There's a place of collaboration. We have to collaborate. So that aspect, the Students Union University of Ilorin is the best in Nigeria.
Leave it like that.
Just leave it like that.
Take it or take it.
You don't have any choice. You don't have any choice. Seriously, you don't have any choice. Okay. And looking at even the leadership system in the University of Ilorin, from the students' union to the faculty level to departmental level, even to classes, there's no debate on that. So that is one of that's one and the main goal. The other goals are something that is already coming to reality. Make sure there's no queue. No queue.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things
we are definitely getting there.
Yes.
Finally, we have got
far ahead. In fact, makes sense.
It's a story of how far so far. We have gone so far. So God will help us. We know definitely there is more to come.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for coming on today's episode of Internet. In fact, many people notes are going to be full if actually they are taking us. I just want you to give like a word of encouragement or maybe anything you want to say to somebody that is maybe still caving in his small mind or a small mind that wants to do something or achieve something remarkable.
Okay, dear viewers, from me, I guess Victor again, I take that to you. Don't look down on yourself. Don't think you are too small to start. Maybe you didn't know. I'm not just maybe president. Maybe that's the only thing he does. I'm a student. I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, I'm a painter.
Wow.
I learned fashion design, though I'm not so much into it. But I'm a painter, and you can achieve that thing you want to achieve. And the best time for you to achieve that thing is now.
Now.
If you don't start, you won't go far. It is someone that has started a journey that will be asking, where have you gotten to? If you have not started, we cannot ask you, where have you gotten? What we ask you is, when are you going? Start going so that we can be asking, where are you? And I know definitely the strength is within. You have the strength in you. What you just need to do is find people to talk to. But one thing I always prioritize is there should be a time of you and you. Intimate now. You and you. We are, I think the concept of intimacy, sorry, I know it's a wrap up, but the concept of intimacy have been so, maybe we have downgraded it to intimacy is something that it must be between two persons, you must be the one talking. Yes, the intimacy I'm talking about is two persons too. Yourself and yourself. You and yourself. There's a time that you look at yourself, you are alone and you are saying the reality to yourself. I've said, New Year resolution or doing again. So what are the things you want to achieve? Okay, you wrote last year. You have written this year again. The one that you wrote last year is the one you wrote this year. Yeah. So what are it's just like you are buying new jotters to write. So do something with yourself. And the best time you can do it is now. This is 2025. Yeah. In the next 5 years, we are in 2030.
Hey, God.
But then I wish you all the best. And I love you. I love you. Keep watching Intimate series. Get to learn, get to see. And one thing that's always pushed me is, though it's still I've not even started.
Yeah, definitely.
I've not started because what the Lord said was global Victeg. So I've not even gone global. I'm still in Ilorin. So I've not even covered the nation. So but one thing is, the first time I entered the university auditorium, it's dawned on me that I do see student leaders that no matter where they come, when they come, their seat is in the front. So then I used to sit at the back 100 level, and I said to myself, I will not be sitting at the back. Let me come into that event, no matter the function, no matter whether there's invitation, there's no invitation. When you come, you are recognized. Sitting at the front. So look for something that can strike you, that you can be working with. So look for something that can strike you, and you are like, me too, this thing. Because I think I was seated, and was it one person it was a student like me, very student ID card came in and escorted to the front. I'm like, no, I cannot be small. No. You don't have to be small. You just need to, you don't have to even contest or be a politician. Find your niche. Find that thing that you can do. And I know definitely you will. In the next few months, you're in business. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the episode. So, guys, I believe that you must have gotten something, learned something, and of course, gotten inspired by the story so far. So, do well if you have followed us this far. Do well to like, to subscribe, and also to share to as many people as possible. And also drop a comment in the comment section about things that has touched you or given you inspiration into this episode. See you on the next one, and until then, bye.